Hi everyone, how you doing? You're welcome back to the channel. My name is Sarah. On today's video, we'll be cutting and sewing this cropped up shirts with cut together sleeve and bishop collar. I made use of vintage for this beautiful shirt. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this video with your soul friends. Thank you. So I'll be making use of this vintage material to cut out the crop top, the shirt crop top. Now I'll keep the material aside, so we'll draft on the pattern paper first. So for my pattern paper here, I came in by 2 inches. This is for the button allowance. I'm supposed to do 3 inches, but because of the width of my paper, so we'll be adding the remaining 1 inches on the fabric. So on the up of my pattern paper here, I came down by 1 inches. This is the startup line. The next you have to do is to get the shoulder to sleeve, because we are cutting the sleeve together. Shoulder to sleeve I'm working with is 18 inches. So from the center front here, you mark 18 inches from shoulder to sleeve. This is shoulder to sleeve here, 18 inches. So we are using everything on the pattern paper. 18 inches. Shoulder to sleeve is 18 inches. Now get shoulder down to the bust point. So because this crop top is for a plus size, I will make use of 12 inches. But when you are making for a smaller size, you can make use of 10 inches depending on the bust. But this bust I'm working with is 46, so I'm making use of 12 inches from shoulder to bust point. That's where my sleeve will come out from. This is 12 inches here. Now the next we have to do is to get the length of the top. The length of the top I'm working with is 19 inches. So I'll get shoulder to the length of the top, which is 19 inches. Then we'll add 1 inches for seam allowance. So I've connected the lines together. This is the bust point where my sleeve will come out from, bust points. So this is the length of the top here. So now after doing this, now we get the width of the neckline. The width of the neckline we are working with is 2.5. So for the front, we make use of 2.5 here. Then the length will be 3 inches. So now connect my neckline together. Now the next you do is to get the bust. The bust I'm working with is 46. So 46 divided by 4 will give me 11.5. Then I'll add 1 inches for ease, 1 inches for seam allowance. Then I will check what I have here. Now I have 13.5. I'll bring it down on the hem of my top like this, 13.5. So now connect the straight line. So now the next you have to do now is to connect your sleeve. You can't leave it straight this way, so you just connect this way. You can see the way I do it. So now this is how I'll cut this out. I'm through cutting out the pattern for the front. You can see how it is. This is it. Let me put it this way for you to see. Yeah, you can see how it looks. Now we'll cut out the back. So I've placed the front pattern on the back pattern paper. This is how it looks. And I came down from my back by 2.5 inches. I want the back to fall to the front. So you just fold it this way, so you can cut out the neckline. You can see the way I fold. Now we'll mark out the neckline. The neckline we are using for the back also will be 2.5 inches. This is 2.5 inches here. So this line we fold on this line here. That's how you cut out your neckline. So now cut this out. Let's cut out the sides first, then we'll cut out the neckline together. I'm through the cutting out of the side. Now let's work on the neckline. You just cut out your neckline this way. You can see the way I cut out the back neckline. This is the back neckline. Now you cut out the front neckline. Yeah, we are done with the cutting of the pattern. Now we'll cut this on the fabric. I'm through the cutting of the pattern on my fabric, and I added half inches to the button allowance. Now the next you do is to separate your pattern from the fabric. So now the next you do is to put paper stay or hair stay on the side of your button allowance. You gum it there. Now I'll do that. I'm through the pressing of the button allowance. You can see how it looks. I press one, then I fold one more time. So now the next I have to do is to go and sew on this line here. I'll do this for this side of the front, then I will put the same thing also on the other side. Yeah, I'm through with the sewing. You can see how it looks. Next you do is to join the shirt at the shoulder. You bring the front and the back together, so you go and join on half inches from the neckline down to the sleeve on half inches. That's what I will sew from this my neckline here down to the sleeve. I'm through the joining of the shoulder. Now the next you do is to fold your sleeve on 1 inches. You fold on half inches this way, then you fold one more time like this. I'll do this for the sleeve, then I'll repeat the same thing on the other sleeve. I'm through the folding of the sleeve. Now the next you do is to join the sides of the shirt on 1 inches, which is the same allowance. You start to join from your sleeve here 1 inches down to the hem of the shirt on 1 inches. So I'm done with the joining of the side of the top. You can see how it looks. I join on 1 inches. This is it. Now the next you do is to fold the hem of your top. So you'll be folding the hem of the shirt on 1 inches. So you fold this way, then you fold back like this. This is how you fold your shirt. This is 1.5 inches, not 1 inches. You're folding the shirt on 1.5 inches. You fold on 0.75, then you fold one more time like this. I'm through with the folding of the hem of my top. Now the next you do is to work on the collar. So to work on your collar, you measure around the neckline, like you fold your shirt this way so you can get the width of the neckline. Here we have 5.5. Then you check what we have down to the center back. We have 9.5. I dropped a detailed video on how to draft a bishop collar. So now this is my collar. I've gone ahead to cut it on the collar stay. You can see how it is. Now I've gone it on my fabric, but on the fabric, because it's a vintage fabric, you can put paper stay to make it, to give it a bit of effect. So now this is it. It's on fold. When we open it up, we have 5 inches, but when we fold it, we have 2.5 inches. So now got my collar stay to the fabric. I'm done with the pressing. You can see how it looks, and I fold the side of my collar. This will be at the front, and this will be joining it to the top. The next you do is to sew from this end here down to the other end like this, to this other side here. I'm through the sewing of the collar. You can see how it is. This is the back and this is the front of the collar. Now the next you do is to turn this collar to the front and give it a good press. I'm through the pressing of my collar. You can see how it looks. So now I'm going to sew my collar. You sew your collar like this from this side of your front to the other side of the front. You sew on half inches down to the other side of your front. I'm through the sewing of the collar. You can see how it is. This is the inside. Now you turn your collar this way, so you go and sew this down, not at the edge here. To the other side of the shirt, you go and sew this down this way. I'm through the fixing of the collar. You can see how it is at the back, and this is the front of my collar. Now the next we have to do is to fix in the buttonhole and the button. So to fix in your button, the button will be at the left side and the buttonhole will be at the right side of the shirt. So now I'll do this and display it on my dress form for you to see.
I'm through with the fixing of the button hole and the button. And yeah, don't forget your button should be at the left side and the buttonhole at the right side when you're making a shirt for a female. Thank you, and thank you guys for watching to the end. I really appreciate you all. I'll see you on the next one. God bless you.